switch it to that after we are finished. And we are live.
Let's even a picture of the chef on here.
Let's find out.
We could just post a picture of Gordon Ramsay.
We could.
No,
With
just
hyper-realistic bloody eyes. Because Death Chef.
I think normal Gordon Ramsay is enough.
Bear. Cute bear.
Yes.
What'd you say?
There's a bear on the screen.
Are we live?
Yes, we have been for about 30 seconds now.
Yeah, like, right now I have...
Oh my god. Kenzie, your audio is...
I can't.
I know. I got scared at first.
You're raptoring.
I didn't know we were live.
See, you guys see the little bear on the screen.
I see the little bear on screen now.
He's cute.
He's
doing a little
cute.
dance.
Hello,
Yeah,
Mike.
look at him.
Yeah,
Bye, Mike.
I'm pretty sure that is the same bear that gives you coffee every morning, Raptor.
He's the magic coffee bear.
Yes. Or what? I just saved or shared the wrong video to Beanhaven.
What the fuck, Manny?
I am not paying attention. We are live and we heard all of Kenzie's slurs. Thank you, Mike. Good to know.
Yes.
Subway subs.
I needed to
Yeah,
add
the slurs. Bears.
Yeah, I needed to add the dancing bear to have something enjoyable to go along with this brain-melting garbage that we're about to read. Hello, the father.
Hey.
Oh boy, so I hope y'all are doing well today.
I got a lot done on this special project I'm working on. I told you about it.
Yes. Yes, I do know about that.
Coming along very well.
Why is there a 10-hour spaghetti ASMR private video in Stramps? Mike, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you high?
Spaghetti. I don't see any spaghetti. Where's the spaghetti? I want some spaghetti.
Wop spaghetti.
Some spaghetti.
Wop spaghetti, it's real!
Touch the spaghetti.
No, I fucked up a stitch.
Oh no.
Hello, Emperor Crimson. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Hey,
How are you
Crimson.
doing?
See you! It's been a while. I wonder where the bear is pointing.
He's going disco. Because he's off.
Pointing to our
dancing.
sanity, which is fleeting very quickly. Found bean battles on screen. Question a few things.
I wish I was high. Just a joke since you said you posted the wrong video at first. Yeah, I posted the previous, say the Creepypastas video, which was from like 2.5 months ago.
Hi, Millie.
Hello, Millie.
Hi, Millie.
How are you doing?
This episode has been like in production hell for like 2 months, but it's here now, and we got some stories to show you.
Yes.
Yeah, tonight's theme I've already made the roster is stupid titles.
Yeah. I was about to say, there you have it, folks. Tonight's theme is art.
I just... What was that?
You cut off when you were explaining that. It sounded like you said tonight's theme is art.
Oh. Tonight's theme is stupid titles.
Arr.
No, R. It's not
Good.
pirate themed.
Yarp. Doing good. Yeah, God, I'm glad you're doing well. Glad to have you back with us. And I just realized I should probably turn on the display capture to tell you about our first story for this evening, Death Chef. No, I'm not making that up.
Death Chef.
You're welcome.
Trucking along. How are you guys doing? All right, Millie. Doing all right. Still delayed by the writer's strike. Mike, what year do you think it is?
You mean it's not 2007 to 2008?
Kenzie now sounds like a robot. Yeah, Kenzie's raptoring this evening. Get it? Because that's
Am
how
I breaking
raptor
up
used
too
to
much?
sound. Not right now.
Am I really breaking up?
Not right now. You were before.
Ah, my connection might be fucking up. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. I'm just using my phone. So nothing's changed.
Hello, Cameron. Yes, Funky Bear. As I said earlier, I'm pretty sure it's the same bear that you post to give Raptor his morning coffee.
Hooray!
The happy coffee bear. He's
Yeah.
dancing because I got my coffee.
I don't know if it's his actual name, but the file name for the GIF was Milk Mocha Bear. So
Milk Mocha Bear.
yes.
I bet that's the
Hello,
name.
Rudy. It's 1925, right? Yes, Father. It is 1925. I'm glad that you are aware of the date.
It'll be my air. My air's on because it's kind of humid outside.
The father also
I do
says
not like humidity.
no, humidity is awful. Yeah, the father says that I'm the only one who doesn't sound like I'm inside a metal box. Huh. Raptor
Are you
sounds
not
fine.
here,
Really?
Father?
Raptor sounds fine to me. Kenzie, you sound fine right now.
That's so weird. It also might be because I had my phone down. I'm like simultaneously trying to talk and engage while I'm also doing crafts.
Yeah, you sound much better now.
Yeah, because I'm holding it up to my mouth.
Good. All right.
All right, I will put the crochet away.
Shall we get started with Death Chef?
Please.
All right.
I have personally curated tonight's roster.
Let's go with I'm gonna say 5 paragraphs apiece because this one, for the most part, has very short paragraphs. I say, yeah. Okay.
I also tried to choose ones that wouldn't be too long.
Cool, thanks.
Like I think we could. I mean, I guess the paragraphs are pretty short, so
Indeed. Oh, real quick.
Yeah, I didn't want this stream to go on too long because I might be going out later.
Lame.
I'm sorry for having a life.
Alright. So, Death Chef. 16th of July, 2014. Nevada. I love to cook. I love democracy. I love to watch cookery shows. Okay, this is like a fucking like Dr. Seuss thing. Like, I love to cook. I love to watch cookery shows, read cooking magazines, collect cookbooks, and buy an abundance of useful kitchen oddities to work with while I cook. My figure isn't perfect.
It doesn't rhyme though. Do you not know what Dr. Seuss's whole
Kenzie?
shtick?
Kenzie?
Salty much?
My figure isn't
Speaking of
perfect.
salt, cooking.
I'm not obese, but it's also obvious that I enjoy food. You're fat. We get it. You're fat.
Fat. Fatty. Haha.
I spend hours surfing the web for anything related to cooking. Surfing the web! Again, what year is it?
I surfed the net all day with my Tiger Gamecom.
This person's such a goober.
It's like the time the stream when Kobe was trying to think of something and Gemma out of nowhere, sounding like fucking like Willow from season 1 of Buffy, just goes, "Check the web." And Gemma, if you listen to this in the future, no, I'm never going to let you live that down. I love you, but I'm not going to let you live it down.
Check
Okay.
the spider web in my closet.
That is how I came across the Chef McNeff website. An amateur cook with a slightly
Now we're in Dr. Seuss territory.
corny name, making and publishing his own cookery videos. If I can be called fat, then this guy is huge. Okay, again,
He's
is this
Jabba the Hutt.
what is
I'm just
this?
imagining Jabba the Hutt in in a chef's hat and a chef mustache with a frying pan.
No, seriously, is this
And
like the guy who wrote Rayman 4? He can only identify people by their body mass index. He
bad guys at Women 4 were fat
yeah.
and
He eats a
smelled
lot
like
more
pee-pee.
He eats a lot more fat and meat than any other human being on this godforsaken planet, that's for sure. I doubt that.
Nico
I really
Avocado
doubt it.
takes that as a challenge.
Yeah. Let's start at the beginning. I don't really dig stories backwards. Dig reading stories backwards. What are you on about? I studied
This guy sounds really like such a goober.
catering in high school. No, you didn't.
Circle Square Extended Universe to anyone? Could this take place in that? Because this guy sounds like a big enough goober to star on that show when he was a kid.
Yes. I studied catering in high school. No, you didn't. You studied that in college, you jackass. And then took a small course in it after I graduated.
I will say if like they went to more of a vocational high school, there are programs where you can like study a more specific field.
I hope this guy got bullied.
Sorry. I'm showing what I've learned in 3 years in education how to go somewhere, okay? Even if it's correcting you on the stream. And by that I mean didn't just complete 3 years of college. I mean I had 3 years as an education major. Continue.
I never became a super chef, yeah, we know. I'm actually just a cook at a local fish and chip shop, but personally fried food makes me retch. Then why are you so fat? So after dipping fish fillets in a deep fat fryer for 7 hours every day, I go home and make a roast or a hearty stew and dumplings to delve into.
Well, that answers your question.
I am young
I want
and
to roast now.
Yeah, that does sound good. I am young and I know that it'll take a while to work my way up the career scale. Cooking is a competitive industry, and you really need skills to stand out, but I still aspire to be a head chef in a nice 5-star place someday. That's why I spend pretty much all of my spare time researching into and practicing the art of cookery. Quit saying cookery. You sound like a jackass. I like all the more well-known chefs, Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay. You keep his name out of your story, you whore.
I suggested we have his face up for this, but I forgot that we actually show the wiki page when we read these.
I mean the actual jackass writer.
Oh, I know, but I just mean when Raptor was like, "Who should we show for Killer Chef?" I'm like, "Oh, just Gordon Ramsay." He's like, "Oh, with hyper realistic bloody eyes." I'm like, "No, just Gordon Ramsay."
Okay, so Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay spelled wrong, and someone whose name sounds suspiciously like the N-word, and so on. But there's also something to be had from looking at small-time cooks. Oh, aren't you just so gracious? Mostly just working through YouTube with homemade videos. Before one of you takes over, I want to read some comments real fast. Hello, Bioman.
Hey, Bioman.
Guess it's not in fitness. Hello, Mr. Shadier. Why are you so fat? 10 out of 10 best intros. When does the creepy play into
Mr.
the
Shadier, you come in at
creepypasta? I don't
you
know, Rudy.
inexplicably come in at the best times.
Yes. This guy probably has terrible acne because he's around grease and oils all day. Yeah, probably. Raptor sells cocaine and heroin to teenagers. Apostrophe music, what are you talking about?
I don't get it. Do I sound like that? Like, do I sound like a guy who sells drugs to kids?
No.
I think Apostrophe's just coming up with his own headcanons. I like it. Do me next.
He apparently Raptor apparently sent goons to his home. I don't know.
I would have done that. I mean, she's probably just joking, but still.
Pretty sure the author.
I don't
is
Might go to
British.
pun jail.
Oh, the author's British. Fantastic. All right, so yeah, one of you two take over.
I'll go next. Shit, where'd we
Jonah.
leave off? Okay. Jonah McNeff came under my brow.
What?
The fuck? When I found a
was-
review of his
You mean his
website.
name is not Mario? Or Jeff? Jeff McNeff?
When I found a review of his website, probably a fake, completely honoring it. I typed the web address into my internet.
Oh my god. What,
Okay, boomer.
Is this like 2007, like 4chan again? Oh, you win on internet.
And was greeted by a cheerful, professional-looking page insisting that I subscribe to watch the videos uploaded onto it. There was no access to the videos without a subscription. Oh, it's so intense it needed its own paragraph, that line. With the review in mind, I signed up eagerly, having already many sites sending me emails with updates on cooks I was following and latest newsletters and such. It asked for my name, age, and access to my IP address, something that I usually allow knowing it might help the web creators find out something useful about their users, which might improve the site in the future. You fucking patsy! At least, I think that's what it's for. Okay, so... Okay, maybe they're not just they're not a sheep, they're just stupid.
Yeah.
Hang on, Mike wants me to do the impression of the snake drug dealer from that one PSA.
Oh god.
What do you think I am? A snake? Yes!
What the fuck is that?
My
The snake
impression of
drug dealer.
Doug Walker's scream.
Oh. Oh
I
yeah,
didn't-
I forgot he does that. He does that sometimes. Like he watches old commercials.
Yep,
He's afraid of Canada. I don't
exactly.
like Canada. They're scary. I go to Britain now. Oh no, a kid got shocked. I'm scared of Britain now. You knew Canada, Britain. What the fuck?
I
never
didn't
do that
think at
again.
the time. Yeah, we know. All I wanted were the videos. Websites are normally harmless, really. Basically, always.
That's my
Right.
website. Well, with viruses, and now I get emails from shady people who want to take my PP. Those websites were scary, man.
So I subscribed. I created an account. I logged in. Those don't need to be all their own sentences. The videos where they were absent from a barren screen now swamped my page with frozen frames of a jolly, red-faced fellow, fitting all general stereotypes of passionate cooks. Sickly, he even wore the white mushroom hat. There was nothing suspicious about it.
There's nothing
Is that
wrong
what they're
with
called?
that. No, probably not. Pretty sure they're just called a chef's hat.
Yeah.
It might go to pun jail.
That's that.
My bladder has its own IP address. No, laugh. Oh.
We will not, Mike!
Raptor's gang have already broken 8 of my fingers and done a drive-by on my house. I'm not giving you the money, Raptor.
I don't get this joke. I'm not in on it.
I don't know.
Is it like? Did I say that like on a video?
No, I don't think so.
I think.
I think he's.
I just don't think apostrophes well.
Yeah, I think he's just running with it. This guy talks like the last time he used the internet, GeoCities were still around. Hello, Bagel. Glad to see you. Anyone know about
Bagel?
bagels? Yeah.
He probably still uses some outdated web browser like a Netscape Navigator, and his computer is probably just some Windows 95 computer, mainly the one with the basic hog body.
Okay.
What would they call it?
Okay, I know what voice I'm gonna read in for my next turn then.
Can I be the chef?
Speaking of which, I was gonna ask you, Manny, because apparently Death Chef is gonna have a voice. Can you do an impression of the Swedish Chef from the Muppets?
Oh,
I
trust
wanted
me.
to waste the Death Chef. Aww.
Alright, Raptor, you should do it anyway since you did the Swedish Chef before for the Dragon Ball Z. You should do Death Chef's voice anyway since you did it before the Swedish Chef one.
Oh yeah, but I kind of had a different voice for this Death Chef in mind.
Okay.
To give you a hint, it's Italian.
Good.
Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. Something flashed at the top of my screen, where before an advertisement for some local gardening shop had been silently playing out. It read in a purple ringed box with an elegant brown inscription, "Live stream." A live channel? This was only briefly mentioned in the review, but was still definitely worth a look while it was there. I clicked on it and directed me to an equally as white and cheerful looking screen filled with the moving pictures of the video. It was just beginning. The camera was zooming in slightly, shakily, as often home videos are. The setting was a fairly ordinary kitchen scene, the clean tabletop surrounding him, a surprisingly large-looking stovetop, plenty of lighting and sheets, covering things to keep them clean. The stereotypical fat chef stood with a pearly white coat and cleaver. He beamed. It was almost as if he was smiling right at me, looking at me through the screen. Alright, Raptor, you're up.
Okay.
No, Raptor America.
His musical voice erupted out of my speakers his musical voice erupted out of my speakers with a naturally jovial, likable tone. Ho ho ho! Hello there! Welcome to Cooking with a Chef McNeil! Oh, McNabb, sorry. This is a long-running show approaching its third season next month. Oh, and first, fucking hell. Anyway, thank you for subscribing.
Raptor, I can interrupt real quick. Bagel says we sound echoey.
Oh.
You and I. That might be on your end, Manny.
No.
We're not. I'm just using my phone. It's nothing different. I don't know why I'm.
I'll just stop the AC, see if that makes it better. Okay, I'll just redo that line because I thought it was terrible. Hello there! Welcome to Cooking with Chef McNeff. This is a long-running show, approaching its third anniversary next month. Thank you for subscribing. We do love our subscribers.
The father says, man, if Raptor or Kenzie did a Chill's voice with this weird metal box sound going, I feel like that'd be funny. Number 15, Death Chef. Did that tickle your boat there, the father?
Than a chef who kills people. A very typical intro. He continued, a chubby finger went along the cleaver's sublime edge. What, you want to fuck a cleaver? Wait, we're talking about a cleaver like that. Anyway, today I am going to teach you how to make a 3-course dinner for one. The first course will be a thin but filling meat soup with fresh bread and cheese. The main course will be a perfect lasagna with an Italian twist.
The fuck?
But lasagna is Italian. The name is literally Italian for Okay, I don't know what lasagna means.
Raptor, your violence, it's making its way into Beanhaven.
Huh?
What?
Bioman posted meme beam machine. Raptor keeps sending his cousin to break my friend's knees.
Okay, that's kind of funny, not gonna lie.
It shows there's a picture of a raptor with a fedora and mobster tie. I'm sorry, it was funny.
I mean, it is a funny picture, not gonna lie. He looks
Continue.
stylish. Okay, anyway. The pudding, always my favorite bit, will be a special red cake, full of spongy sweetness.
Sounds a bit rude.
Lasagna, soup, both some pretty simple dishes. But I suppose then that every chef has his own twist to even the most basic of recipes. The red cake was also intriguing. Did he mean wet with fruit? Or perhaps it'll be a wet, savory red creation full of red peppers? Or maybe it's red velvet? Why are you asking this question, sir? It seems like you don't trust this guy. Oh, anyway, either way, it interested my studious mind to give it a go. I listened to the video further. The live button all the while flashing in the right-hand corner of my screen. The chef began to play with the ingredients. That doesn't sound professional. On the table, still out of my line of sight. I believe the quality of my ingredients is what makes or breaks a meal of mine. That's why all of my ingredients are fresh and free range, and I would encourage you to follow suit. This seemed to be a cue for the cameraman to move slightly downward, to allow the viewer sight of the ingredients neatly arranged on the table. But this where things become terrifying.
Okay,
oh
this
no.
is huge. I think this fucking paragraph is long as hell, Manny. I think you just take it.
All right.
And I think that'll
like
count
I
for your
said,
turn.
Since this guy is, so out of date with everything. Shit. Holy shit. This was the first thought that came into my head. Just, holy fuck. It makes my eyes water to think of it now. Human body parts. Actual human body parts. Were littered across the marble surface, arranged in chaotic tidiness. An arm and a leg had tissues beneath them, and as to not bloody the workspace, and were arrayed next to each other on the table's far right. And the front middle were bowls of random organs, eyeballs, chunks of heart, and probably some brains. The far left hosted some clear jugs, of thick red liquid that left little to the imagination in regards to their contents. V8. But what was bless you. But what was most
Thank you.
alarming was the continuation of the chef's professionally calm composure. He went silent for a small moment, just smiling still with that pleasant face. Smiling still?
I think it means he's still smiling, but
Yeah,
it sounds odd.
With that pleasant face. Polishing his cleaver with a cloth. Sounds a bit rude. Sounds a bit like bum. Giving his viewers time to take things in. After an appropriate while,
Giggity.
when I slunk back into my seat, he increased his smile, looking like the perfect television presenter.
For the soup, take a piece of meat. It can be tough. We shall pound it first.
Oh, I got a piece of meat you can pound.
Bad Manny.
I don't apologize.
You will later.
He picked up the arm, It could have been a child's arm. Okay, fuck off.
Cut along the flesh and the skin it. Place the skin aside as this can be used later. Remember, waste not, want not, my fellow chefs.
I was intrigued. What do you mean you're intrigued?
This was horrible, like gore and stuff, but
Well,
eh,
he never said what kind of restaurant he wanted to cook at. Maybe it'd be like, I don't know, some Sentinelese Island kind of restaurant.
Bowling Green.
Oh, God. But horrified as he proficiently sliced down the arm and plucked at the fringes of its skin, peeling the leathery coating off. Next, with loving care, he cut the meat from the bone, then dumped the bones in the bucket that was shoved under a table. I should already have called the police by now. You think? Oh.
Manny, you seem annoyed.
But I was. This guy's a fucking. A Sugandese restaurant? Mike, what do you mean Sugandese?
Why?
Because funny.
No.
Yes.
Read.
I should have done the obvious by now, but I wasn't sure if what I was seeing was real or some kind of awful joke. Because I'm an idiot. The chef continued.
Pound the meat with a hammer.
Out came
They don't
the hammer.
call them. They don't call them hammers in cooking. It's called a mallet.
Or a
Smashing the chef with a giant cartoon hammer from like the Looney Tunes.
Mike said, "Oh, Sugandhi's nuts! Ha! Got him." Thud.
Why do I agree to come back every week?
Because you can't resist. It was smothered.
Resist what?
The magic of this channel. It was smothered against the table, flipped around, then pounded again. Thud. Thud. Already.
I don't know why this is so scary. I mean, it's a corpse, sure, but this guy just doing some standard cooking procedures with this. What's so scary about it?
Also, what does he mean by it was smothered against the table? It's already a dead arm.
I don't know. Hello, Mr. Water Bottle. Nice of you to join us.
Hello there.
I hope you're enjoying our high comedy. Especially with the brilliant wit of Mike Sugandhi's joke. So where was I? Already it began to look like a long and stringy pork slab. Except for the still whole white hand attached partially to the end. The chef noticed this.
That sounds irresponsible.
And swiftly removed it with a cleaver. Just like I did to that hooker in my basement.
We don't want that
now,
there. This is like a joke.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh. Okay.
Pleasure being
We don't want that. Sorry. We don't want that there. Now, cut up the meat, like so.
Hack, hack, hack went a carving knife. It's almost as impressive as Candice? Mr. Waterbottle, what do you mean Candice?
God damn it!
I was waiting for it.
Would you believe this is one of my friends?
Really?
Yes.
Ah! I didn't know you had friends.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay, so hack, went to carving knife. Okay, why are you hacking with a carving knife?
The chef is really responsible. The one who's supposed to get people for his ingredients. No restaurant wants to trust him with their own.
Mike says, hack, this author is
At least
hacked.
that's how that works. Ha, I get it. Oh, anyway.
Oh, no.
What?
Ah, fuck it. Water bottle, YouTube zucked the punchline of your joke. Hasn't done that since Cobb talked about the French being a toilet race.
No, we don't speak of that.
And then Bagel saying, Candace, please stop. Alright, okay. Go ahead, Raptor. Sorry.
Put it in a pot. I prepared one earlier.
Plop. Splosh.
You know, these onomatopoeias are really adding to the creepiness.
It does feel like a Dr. Seuss story, to be honest. Only there's like scary Dr. Seuss stories in this one. I said it.
Yep.
Bring it to a boil. Then add some extras for flavor.
One of the jugs from the left end of the table went tumbling into the
Child.
Wait. The whole jug, like the container itself went into the pot. Great. This was obviously the meaty soup. Candace dick fit. Ah, fuck it, lol. Cobb is based, yes. I'm just letting everyone know the full exposed video about Raptor is coming out at 12. Alright.
I don't get it. I guess I still don't get it.
Raptor, just go along with it.
The first course went on this way. Then he turned to another counter, after ladling strings of gunk into the pot, where he made lasagna in the same way. Ground meat. Fat. Pasta made out of tough skin. I wanted to retch. It was completely vile! But somehow
It's your favorite trope, Manny.
But somehow curiosity held me to my chair.
Because you're an idiot.
Put it in a pot. It's, what is it, Billy? What is it? Oh my god. I can't even read this in the Plinkett voice. The same curiosity that killed that cat.
You want me to take over?
Please.
I never heard that saying before.
I'm gonna go throw a hissy fit in my living room. Oh, oh.
Listen closely now, kids. Eventually we're gonna hear him punch a hole in the wall.
Only if I would only do that if I owned. I'd rent.
Oh, gotcha. What is this? The pudding was the worst bit. By the time he came...
I'm sorry, that's just a hell of a line.
I will find a way to work that into conversation. By the time he came round to it, he had already coated himself in red. His white jacket was now just a slime jerkin.
Oh, wait, hold on. Throw a hissy fit like a cat. Mike, go down for Giffords jail. I'm not in the mood right now.
I am never in the mood, and that doesn't stop him.
Please continue.
A number of cooking tools looking more like surgical armaments. That doesn't seem like a word.
No, armaments means weapons.
Were scattered in a mess about the place. The pristine appearance of the kitchen from the beginning of the show was desperately faltering. but the chef's pleasant smile still remained, preserved timelessly. Raptor.
Oh, hey, sorry. Oh, this work makes me so hungry. There's no time for eating just yet. Now it's the time to make that sweet, sweet wet pudding.
Sounds a bit rude. A cacophony. You don't know what words mean. That was the only way to describe the ingredient.
What did
That
you
was
just
the
say?
only.
Wait, Kenzie, what did you just say?
That's what it said.
You mean cacophony?
I say it stupidly, okay?
I'm sorry.
Cacophony.
I'm allergic to the word phony after reading The Catcher in the Rye.
Fair.
Lonely.
Like, honestly, I
Lonely.
can't. No argument can be given for that.
Right? Raptor, you never read that in school, right? We talked about this.
No,
I told you about how I made a drinking game for it.
Yeah. Like every time phony said in the book.
I would suggest we read that after Empress Teresa, but honestly, that's just going to remind me about everything I hated in high school.
I do have a book coming in the mail like tomorrow or maybe next week.
Oh boy.
Next Friday, that is. But actually just Friday.
Exciting.
I do agree with Mike here, though. A cacophony, the ingredients were really noisy. Were they pixelated too?
Ugh.
Cacophony. Great, now everyone's saying
baloney. Like a baloney.
You're welcome.
Baloney.
That was the only way to describe the ingredients that went into that pudding. Oh, we know it's serious, guys. Pudding was italicized.
Pudding.
It could be mistaken for trifle, but what a disgusting trifle it would have been. Do you know what words mean?
What is a trifle? Did he mean to say truffle?
No.
Oh, like, it's a dessert.
Trifle means something of little value, something that's not really important. And
I think
I'm sorry.
I don't.
What
I think there's like a dessert named trifle.
For human pudding.
No,
I think there's like a dessert named trifle.
I'm sorry, I just love what Billy said here. A drink when Holden annoys you equals a trip to the hospital.
A trifle, it can be a dessert, but
Oh yeah, yeah, like the one that Rachel made.
Apparently, it's British.
Yeah,
which is why I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, first there's a layer of frosting, then a layer of custard, then a layer of ladyfingers, a layer of jam, then beef sautéed with peas and carrots.
And then beans.
Oh no, then another layer of ladyfingers, and another layer of jam. Did you never see episode of Friends?
If they make a ladyfingers fucking pun in this, I'm done.
Ladyfingers made of ladyfingers, I get it. And this Holden guy must seem kind of annoying.
Alright, let's wrap this up. Using bones, he casually told the camera the chef had earlier made gelatin. He colored it red with, well, you can probably guess. He made a
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
He made a foamy top out of crushed eyeballs. He salted and sugared it all excessively. Really? That's something you figured worth mention? Oh, well, it's all disgusting ingredients he made, but, oh god, did he really have to salt it and sugar it that much?
God.
Then popped it in his large oven to bake.
What? Why is bacon in quotes? Like,
it's still bacon.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's cannibalism, but it doesn't change the fact that he is baking it.
Yeah. I did not want to see the end of the video where he would create sides, compliment his previously made dishes, and taste them. I scrolled down, finding out a single comment section, though plenty of other videos, viewing them completely in a distant light now.
Oh wait, one sec. Water bottle is saying, "Why is that so familiar?" Is the lady fingers and meat a reference to something? Yeah, there was an episode of Friends where Rachel makes a trifle for dessert, but two of the pages in the cookbook she was using got stuck together, and she accidentally made the middle layer of the trifle like beef sautéed with some vegetables, and no one wanted to like say anything because she was so proud of it. So they all tried eating it. And, like when she was out of the room,
Yeah.
like Ross just goes, "Oh, it
It
tastes like
tastes
feet."
like feet!
Yeah, but then Joey loves it.
Yep.
That was a good episode. I'm sorry. Continue.
I'm down for Friends references. Those are references I can't understand.
Woo!
The video was still playing in the background. I was too numb to stop it. Well, at least that's a different excuse now. Completely flabbergasted. The other videos had titles like handcrafted sausages, long pig roast, honey ribs, and delicious. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Suet.
Sweet. Oh, get it? Long pig roast because whatever that tribe in Africa that were cannibals are, they called human meat long pig. I get it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did not get that reference.
Yeah, apparently human meat tastes like sweet pork.
Well, I'm glad we have someone who knows at least the most obscure cannibalistic facts.
I just remember an episode of Archer, like his old as hell butler is like, when I was in the King's Long Rifles, the local Zambezi tribe called human meat long pork. Never did much care for it myself.
I clicked on one, it immediately opening in a new tab and playing upon loading. Human intestines. Smashed. Human belly fat and meat. Pressed, pulverized, made into sausages. Bile started to choke me. Another. Ribs, being literally ripped out of a woman's chest. Thank God she wasn't alive. My head began to swim. Oh boy. I felt as if hands were clawing at my throat. Tears burned my eyes like acid. Just stop trying to...
Pressed, pulverized, made into sausages. Boil them, mash them,
trying to be fancy. Disturbed, I made to close the window, closing the tab and finding the live stream still running, and the chef looking deadly serious at me. At his camera, rather. But it really felt as if he was looking at me. He was. Raptor.
Sorry. Ashley Bonds.
He softly said my name. The crooked man in the screen said my name! If I had to read that weirdly, it's because said my is italicized and then name is just all in caps.
Yeah, I don't know how well you guys can see that on the screen. And the father, when you say the picture keeps flickering, do you mean
please pay attention.
Do you mean on the right side of the screen? Because if so, that's the ads on the page. I don't know why they do that.
I have ad blocker in yet I still get ads.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's not just Manny's. Mine's doing that. I'm sure Raptors is doing that.
And the weird thing is that I have... What's with this thing is that I have ad blocker. I should be getting ads. And yet, I'm getting ads. What's happening?
They always find a way to weasel their way in.
Yep.
I have ad blocker too, and it still does that.
Ashley, please pay attention. It's rude to not listen to someone else's demonstration.
Raptor, do you want to read for a little?
I guess. I froze in my seat. I did not move an inch. Even my breathing seemed to stop.
She collapses dead at the end.
Yeah, my heart fluttered like a butterfly caught in a glass jar.
See you, doctor.
After then, I heard the groaning. It was quiet, but without the chef's butchering and cheerful needling. What? What is needling?
What?
Maybe this is I've just found like the truth of my crimes. Hang on. Let me just stop and see about this proof.
Nattering.
What? Raptor, where'd you go?
I'm just watching my Parent Exposed video on the Cortex Club.
Focus, Raptor. We can watch it later.
Fine. Okay. I could pick it up now, feeling somehow part of the conversation. I quietly asked,
What is that?
My next batch of ingredients. The chef calmly replied. My eyes bulged. That's when I looked at my camera and bowed to my laptop. The little light indicating that it was on glowed gently. He was filming me. I was being watched, and he was watching me. He was watching me. I closed down my internet.
Feel like somebody's watching me.
Is this guy now really like bragging about his laptop having a camera built into it? Is that where we've gotten?
Yes. I think laptops have a camera built into them.
They do. Like most of them do. So I'm saying like, why is this asshole bragging about it? And I'm like, ding! Oh, my pizza rolls are done. You want a pizza roll?
Yes. Anyway,
I'll mail it to you.
He was watching.
Just be clear, Manny. We never not want pizza rolls.
I want a pizza roll.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, he was watching me. I closed my internet down. I shoved the blue tack. I shoved blue tack into my camera lens. Oh, you just ruined a perfectly good camera. What the fuck? I sat down. I sat and took deep, shuddering breaths. 15 minutes was spent watching that creep chop away at arms and legs and other bits and pieces. I would rather only have, in pieces I would rather have only ever seen on a living, breathing human. I should have stopped the moment I first saw what had been placed on the table. I am typing my experience down for internet points. I often review videos I watch, take notes of the recipes, the techniques, what appealed to me the most, and what I wouldn't want to do to myself. This time I am recording in fear, because when I subscribe, I gave the website him. I gave him my name, my IP address. He was watching me. Well, whose fault is that?
My god, it's still going. We get it. It's the twist. It's in every creepypasta. Oh, they're watching me the whole time. End.
Okay, I'm just gonna skip. To be honest, I don't care.
No, Raptor, it's not against you. I'm just saying this person's dragging it out.
I'll just finish it up.
Okay.
His fresh batch of ingredients. Where do they come from? I am sweating like I have never done before. Only 20 minutes ago was that video last open. I have taken several pills and drinks to calm me since then. But none of them have started to work yet. Huh? Or have they? Will they ever? I need to move out of here before something. There's someone at the door. Oh shit. I don't want to open it. Maybe it's just my girlfriend. My friend.
You have a girlfriend.
You've never had friends.
My neighbor.
You don't have neighbors.
But I look at the clock on the wall.
You don't have a clock on the wall.
I don't even know you have an apartment.
1:30 in the morning? Who the hell comes at this time of day? Oh shit. The knocking is getting louder, and now I almost know what's gonna happen, but I don't think I can believe it. How could he have gotten here so soon? Unless he was never that far away. Shit. It sounds like a battering ram is at that thing.
A battering ram made of pizza because he's Italian.
Ah! Please. Please. I'm just going to upload this to Facebook. To the Facebook. The kids still use that, right? On my status, so my friends will see it, and my family, and anyone else. Share it. Let everyone know. Fuck. Fuck, fuck. It's going up now. That's what she
Pizza
said.
pie!
Well, that was some shit.
You're welcome.
Major Dookie.
Yeah.
Did I do good?
You've done good.
Music says, how do you almost know something? So the cave.
You don't. You know, or you don't know. There is no almost, you know.
Do or do not. There is no try. No comments. Not surprising. I think we've all given our thoughts on this already.
Yep.
All right, Kenzie, what's our next story?
How about next we do Cervine birth? That sounds disgusting.
What is a cervine? I think I've heard that.
Why is that a story? Why is that on here?
Cervine relating to deer.
So it's about a deer.
It's Bambi.
Do you want me to start off first, Manny, since you finished off last story? Manny?
Yeah, go ahead.
What?
I need to go check my basement anyway. They're getting rowdy down there.
If it's easier, if under categories, all these are under computers and internet, so... Oh, well, you have it up. You want me to start this?
Yes, go!
What?
Go!
In 2009, an amateur video artist studying in the UK
That's it, I'm done. Bye.
What?
Video artist. Fuck off. Fuck off. Video artist.
See, I thought you were mad at the UK.
Fucking UK! Used to be a fucking empire! What are you now?
Uploaded a video onto YouTube of a recent piece he had completed. After many reports and complaints, the video was taken down. The piece allegedly begins with a lingering shot of a foggy meadow that some believe to be located in Ireland. The only sound throughout this shot is a light hissing and what sounds like muffled, unintelligible speech. The camera starts zooming in on a white shape in the field.
Wait. It's in Ireland. Of course it's unintelligible.
It's Ireland, though. It's not Scotland.
Scotland is based.
Oh, now you suck up to Gemma's people.
I've liked Scotland ever since I started reading the McBride books.
Mm-hmm. After several tedious minutes, the shape reveals itself to be an albino deer. A close-up shot of its eyes suddenly appears, showing signs of infection and possibly the beginning of beginning stages of blindness with them. The following shot is a scene of the deer staring at a vanity mirror for about a minute.
A vanity mirror!
Because why not? Art. After this, piece takes a turn for the bizarre, with the deer and the reflection moving in dissonance with the real one. Zooming in, the camera focuses on the deer and the reflection, which has begun to move in an unnatural and grotesque fashion, as if something was molding it like a piece of clay. As these unnerving contortions continue, the camera zooms out, showing a shot of the real deer lying on the ground. People have described the deer as looking strangely at peace. The shot goes on for roughly 2 minutes. The reflection is still twisting and gesticulating, but the mirror itself seems to be growing darker. The deer lying on the ground then starts to excrete a dark fluid from under its tail, suggesting that a birth is about to occur. The tar-like substance continues to bubble and seep out of the deer and onto the ground. This is the point where many people claim to have stopped watching it.
I just stopped watching it because it was boring. And the thing is gross.
Your turn, Raptor.
Okay, some accounts vary on what happens next, but may describe a scene where a stillborn humanoid infant is spilled from the deer, covered in a dark, tar-like sludge. That makes it hard to describe exactly what it looks like, because whoever made this was lazy and wasn't able to have enough time to make a proper monster design, so it just covered it in tar to make it look like it's real. Anyway, some describe it as a model of a human-animal hybrid put together by the artist for the sake of the film. A blurry close-up shot of
What? I'm sorry, put together by the artist for the sake of... It's literally just some artist like, oh, I'm a furry, so I'm gonna put a furry into this guy's story. Is this Twitter?
This Creepypastas is probably just describing like some other short film that's mostly unrelated to it. So just trying to piggyback off of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. A blurry close-up shot of the hybrid's face is seen for a few seconds before it cuts back to the mirror. Now broken within the same field from the beginning. Black and white stock footage of an audience applauding is shown in slow motion, and then the film ends with a 5-minute shot of a black screen accompanied by an intelligible murmuring, slowly fading into volume. All the credits played, not really, but that's probably what the credits would probably be. In other case, it's just like blank screen. It's like a freaking start of Metal's Hands of Fate, where it's just like 5 minutes of driving where the credits would be, except they're too lazy to put credits on, so it's just 5 minutes of driving with that's not even related to like the plot of the whole thing. You know what I mean, right? You've all seen Metal's, right?
No.
What the f*** are you talking about?
You never heard of Metal's Hands of Fate?
I've heard of it, I've never watched it.
Okay, you watch Party. Metal's Hands of Fate Party when?
After you finished reading.
Fine. Many say the film can no longer be found online, while others say the audio track is sometimes circulated around file-sharing programs like BitTorrent. There are even some who claim to have attained the film itself through such means. Occasionally, screenshots surface on ImageBoards and other such sites, but the film has been hardly been seen since its initial debut. A year later, the artist posted another video on the YouTube. This time, it was just 5 minutes of a black screen and silence, with a link to a webcam site in the description to serve as evidence. Viewers describe seeing a dangling, pale feet, a pair of dangling, pale feet slightly rotating above a knocked-over chair. Oh, the artist died.
Annie, your turn.
The creator of the video, Servine Birth, is best known for his shocking final piece, but many are not as aware of his earlier works, which are similar in terms of content and style. Shot in black and white, the piece often referred to as Foxtrot was created in early 2005. The film begins
Hey,
with a
you didn't
shot.
make Foxtrot. That's a Genesis album, you fucking bitch.
Ha! The film begins with a shot of a moonlit forest, with a slow fade at the beginning of the first scene. This is so boring. A gaunt, malnourished looking fox is seen staggering through the forest, wailing and crying out in a haunting voice, with what appears to be a noose tied around its neck. I'm sorry, what? The camera follows the rope to the end, where the fox's cubs can be seen dragging behind. It isn't certain whether the cubs are dead or not. The film cuts to a brief shot of the crescent moon as it slowly devolves into a shapeless blur. Oh my god. The soundtrack for the film so far has consisted mostly of the fox's wailing, and a wailing musical track many describe as unnatural and unnerving. Cuts to a clearing in the forest. The fox is seen ambling toward the center, still dragging her young behind her. The music gradually fades into silence as the fox is curling up on the ground, getting ready to die. Relatable. After a few moments with nothing but her final breaths breaking up the silence, a close-up of her face is shown. Her eyes are still glimmering under the moonlight.
You take the moon and you take the sun.
A
You
pair of
take
small,
everything that
pale,
seems like
childlike
fun.
hands start to caress her face. More small hands start showing up in the shot before the camera slowly zooms out to show much of the fox's body being covered in caressing hands and arms. The shot flickers out a few times before cutting to the interior of a darkened household. The camera slowly makes its way into a dining room where a family of corpses is shown decaying in their seats. What?
Mike says, a music track that they described as unnatural and unnerving. So, Yoko Ono?
Ah, I get it. I get it.
On the table is the same fox, but this time it is alive and healthy, tending to her cubs. Close-up shots of the bodies follow, revealing them to possess wounds indicating a possible mass suicide. In the closing shot, the moth is seen fluttering about a dangling light bulb in a dark room when a hand that can only be described as animal-like reaches up to shut it off.
What a shit film.
Well, that was dumb.
That was figured. Yeah, this is like just this is just like some ad for some potential short film student.
Yeah, like this seems like something the author always wanted to make, but can't.
So this is like the next best thing.
Yeah, and then just decided, well, I might as well post it on Creepypasta Wiki.
Be the first comment on Servine Birth. Okay.
No.
It was bloody, it was slimy, it smelled bad, and kind of burned my eyes. Oh, it means the story.
Yeah.
So how about next we read Cyber Entity?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that weird, it's all one word.
Cyber Entity.
Okay.
And if you thought the person who wrote works,
Cyber.
wait till you read this one.
Oh, God.
What's it
Cyber
called again?
Entity, so CYBERENTITY.
Cyber entity. Okay.
It's all one word.
Cyber. Okay, found it.
Small hands caressing a face reminds me of Scary Movie 2. Oh, take this. This is my strong hand. It's a mere fact that electronics tend to distract us from the non-virtual world. You mean the real world? As we often find ourselves on fantastic adventures into cyberspace.
Oh, boomer.
I already feel the headache. I remember my dog once looking for attention sat in front of our TV just because that was the point of focus. Like my dog, there are entities that used to get much more attention before the cyber revolution. Why is that one word? You fucking.
Because pretense.
Now these entities must evolve and find new mediums in which to contact us. Are you suggesting that dogs are going to start producing internet content on their own? Which, I mean, would be pretty awesome, but I'm rather new to this whole creepypasta thing, but I've always known
Oh no, they're becoming self-aware!
that the virtual world reflects our own, and because there are dark corners of the real world, there are dark realms in the cyber world as well. TITY, Kenzie Collin 2021. Cyber rent titty. Thank you, water bottle. I initially brushed off the idea of evil traveling through the cyber waves. The cyber waves!
It was that word that I was like, yeah, this is going on the list.
The cyber waves!
Get a lot of mileage out of calling this,
Cyber
this
waves.
writer a boomer.
I programmed my own computer.
Yeah, this was...
You program my own computer.
This is once more
thank you, Raptor.
the 90s when people don't
Thank you, Raptor!
when people don't know actual computer terms.
Right.
They got the cyber waves coming out of the tubes.
I should play the ad for the Tiger Game comments. It is some cyber shit.
There are always explanations. Creepy fetishes. Creepy, cynical absurdists looking for a good prank for the superstitious. Plain weirdos lost in their own fantasies, etc. I'm not going to say that
People in glass houses, man, should not be throwing stones.
I'm not going to say that I met evil online, but rather, I met something. It could be a prankster. Hell, it could be an alien. Go fuck yourself.
It could be a gamer.
Or it really could be evil. I mean, yeah, he basically did
evil.
He did describe a fucking gamer just now. Yeah. Okay, let me try that again, Kenzie. Or it really could be evil!
You're welcome.
Evil.
I was fascinated by the stories of bizarre events surrounding creepypasta. Instead of finishing or even starting my sociology paper,
I
spent the whole Sunday afternoon sifting through articles and pictures that frankly left me shitless many a time. I even came across a video here and there.
Wait.
You are not in college.
Bizarre events surrounding creepypasta? You mean like so many people who read them being fucking pedophiles? Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I was left shitless so many times. God. I'm
not even that. Many a time.
This guy just sitting in his chair shitting himself. He's Fat Tom.
Upon seeing Geff the killer.
Then I
it's Geff. Poopy. I made poopy in my pants. Fuck you, Geff.
Then I came to a video. Sadly, I didn't even notice the name. It was a webcam-like video. What the fuck? Just say it was a webcam video! And the reason I didn't notice the title is because of who was in the screen. A hideous creature was manning the camera. It wasn't pale, but rather white, like powder, void of color. Thank you, we get it. It had two sunken eyes and an elongated nose that, rather than protruding from its face, sank when I came to its lipless mouth. The creature had greasy black hair and made movements not like a human.
How do you know it's like evil? He's probably just reviewing a movie. Hey guys, it's Demon Reviews here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be reviewing Bone Alone, released by the Asylum.
See, I thought it sounded a lot like Doug, but then it mentioned he had hair.
He's watching a freaking nostalgic video from 2000, from the early days.
Alright, you're up, Raptor.
Okay. Without moving, it let out a hoarse laugh. Its eyes bulged, and by far it was the creepiest thing I had seen all day. Oh, you fucking pussy. I quickly clicked on the next link I could find. I don't care. The screen went white, or at least the browser did, as it would load in the link. But then, it redirected right back to that creature's webcam. The creature... its laughter became much higher pitched and louder. I clicked the Wikipedia link again, but again it redirected to that damned webcam. I finally quit the browser, and it was, for the time, over. My heart began to race. But began to calm as I caught my breath. What was that? I continued on with my life, but every once in a while, that creature slipped back into my mind. I went back into my room and stared at my laptop and gulped.
Manny. I called dibs on the narrator's voice, since I didn't get to read dialogue last time.
I proceeded to open the browser and honestly got distracted and went to Facebook. Nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, wait. Except for half of my friends had this creature as their profile pic. Fuck off. My girlfriends included. You don't have a girlfriend.
You have never had sex.
Now, so many of these, it's just a fantasy.
Yeah.
I called her, and she checked her profile. Nothing was awry. I tried to rationalize this. It's like, I rely on rationalization in logical thought. I have a very high IQ. This guy is obese, pockmarked, has a neck beard and a fedora. I'm always the smartest man in the room. I doubted it was a demon.
Oh, well, good.
What would they do with a webcam? There's the question for us all, everyone. What would a demon do with a webcam?
The age-old question.
I mean, I'm sure, like, anime fan fiction writers have several answers for that, but... Don't they have some other creepy shit to do? This guy is just like, yeah, I believe in demons. I doubt it was an alien. But damn, that is really good makeup, and who the hell does that much work? I knew what I had to do. Stop?
Log out?
Yeah. I found that webcam, and I just stared at the creature, and it stared back. Its eyes were deep and black, full of malice.
Excuse me.
I said calmly, and made a short gasp, and moved backwards ever so slightly. Its eyes widened a bit, and it revealed a long, black tongue.
Stop reading it like that.
No.
Can you leave me alone, please?
Oh, I'll be right back.
For once I'm hearing barking in the background, and it's not my dog.
Hi. I'm summer sausage on special today. Would you like that? Oh, no, thank you. Thanks very much.
Do you order food?
Yeah.
Interrupt your evening, are we?
No, I ordered it yesterday. It's like a delivery service thing.
Like Peapod.
What did you just call me?
No.
I know. Yeah, probably, yeah. It's, Schwann's.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so
Do you want me to take over?
Yes, please.
I asked politely. It turned its head to the side and squinted. Well, I asked as I
Let's hope
nervously
for the
gulped.
best.
The creature then took a deep breath. What?
Let's hope for the best.
The creature then took a deep breath and let out the most terrifying scream imaginable. No, scratch that. Thank you!
That's the scream.
One cannot imagine how horrifying it was. It
Oh,
snarled,
not.
revealing crooked, sharp, and differing sized teeth as it screamed. I jumped in my seat and turned the volume off, and yet the scream just got louder. I was afraid my neighbors would notice, so I decided to scream back. I was worried my neighbors would hear, so I screamed back.
Maybe if I scream it, it'll go away.
Shut up! I yelled, and there was silence. Thank you.
The creature's
Now, if
sad
there's
now.
something you want, I gulped. Please tell me. The creature was silent. She had nothing more to say. I had to think of my next words wisely. Please leave me alone. You're quite terrifying. I am terrified. I am not interested in being cursed, and, quite frankly, I love my life. God, this is not suited for Plinket's voice, is it?
Sorry, I can't get over. It screamed at me, so I screamed back at the computer.
I just imagine, like, some chubby teenager is just screaming back at Doug Walker, screaming at him. Are you okay? You just have Doug Walker, and then the kid going back, oh!
He saw it as a competition.
Manny, breathe.
Don't tell me what to do. I'm sorry, continue.
Yes, it is difficult at times, but all in all, it's pretty awesome. I'd appreciate it if you'd go somewhere else now. If I need to be terrified, I know where to find you. The creature's eyes widened and it approached the camera.
It's
What?
weird how that last line just like completely killed all humor for me. If I need to be terrified, I know where to find you. Fuck off. Fuck right off. Go back to
The
screaming
creature's
at
eyes
your
widened
computer.
and it approached the camera as if it were to walk right through my screen. The screen went black and it was over. I no longer felt afraid and time went on. Weeks later, now that the fear had subsided, I thought I'd looked for that creature once more to see, with a clear mind, who the culprit was. I could not find it, however, and that was the end of that, I suppose. I guess it was a normal haunt that did just what my dog had done a few years earlier and just found attention.
What a shit demon.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
The line, I no longer felt afraid. I just like picture him like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. Hey, I'm not afraid anymore. Did you hear me? I'm not afraid anymore. Demon comes back on the screen. Ah! Mike says something that's always
And Demon yells
appropriate.
back with Doug Walker's shrilly girly scream.
Yeah, but Mike said something that's always appropriate. Shut up, Joss Whedon.
Alright, how about we go to perfection next?
Yeah, like someone tweeted like now that we all hate Joss Whedon, can we just like end the act and admit that his name is Josh? Sorry, what story?
Yeah.
Sure.
Perfectione. Goblin.
What?
So this was. I'm
Funny
more agreed to
jokes.
do this
What
one. I don't
story?
really know what it's like.
What story?
It's just the first line. I was like, oh yeah, we
What
can get some mileage
story?
out of making fun of this person.
What story?
Perfection.
Perfection, I said.
What? I typed PER. Did you mean Judge Angels? Yes. Yes, save the Creepypastas wiki. I meant Judge Angels.
Do you have it? Manny!
Yes.
You're breaking up on my end.
We would find Perfection.
Abelder. Oh, no. I'm not going there.
Perfectione.
That took me to Reddit. I'm not going there. I clicked on
Reddit.
I clicked on the author. Yeah, the author link. It went no.
This is a no sleep story? Oh no.
Mike says JEF. Did you mean Candle Cove?
Alright, who wants to get started?
Alright. So, like every other edgy, bored teenager during the peak years of internet freedom, I got myself into some stuff I had no business poking around in. People talk about the glory days when the internet anonymity was real and you could do all kinds of illegal things, but those people are full of shit. No, you really could get away with a lot back then. Anonymity, online or otherwise, is a fucking joke. I learned that the hard way the summer I graduated from high school. Yeah, but see, the difference is you're a retard. And the next line, I was held back in the 3rd grade. After a really serious illness kept me hospitalized for almost 6 months. No, it's because you're an idiot.
Yeah, that was why.
And the thing is, like, even for kids like that, they can be like, hey, we can just send you your work. So my friends graduated the year before me. My senior year sucked. I was alone, and it was too late to make new friends. Why? Why would...
Crawl in my skin!
Yes. So I skipped a lot of my classes and spent most of my time online playing games and talking to my friends through AIM. It was actually a really dark period of my life that I try not to think about too much. And because I haven't ever tried to repeat my deep explanation, I forgot a lot of the stuff I did. I do remember, though, that it was my friend Brian who got me into deep web exploration. We were all obsessed with...
The only game he probably played was Stop Until You Drop.
Also, you got held back in... I'm just reading a line again. You got held back in 3rd grade. There was plenty of time to make friends between then and your senior year of high school. You fucking loser.
We were all obsessed with 4chan, B specifically, and an anon had taught him how to use Tor safely. He'd been mentioning it for a while, and I got curious. I asked him about it, and he made it sound like a utopia for people like us. We gotta stick together.
Sing it, Manny.
Keep your head up. Nothing lasts forever. Oh. tech savvy and, well, nerdy. You could
Nerd.
you could find anything, he said. Any porn you could imagine was yours for the viewing. I immediately regret this story.
Put it this way. After this one, we have the piece de resistance.
Oh, fuck. There were sites offering drugs, which you could purchase and have delivered anywhere in the world. He'd been a part of a few raids, too, and I admit it all sounded like a lot of fun. So I downloaded Tor, and he taught me how to access hidden Wiki and some other neat sites. It ended up taking over my life. It was like being a kid in a candy store. Suddenly I had access to unlimited movies, games, porn, information of any kind. I stayed away from the really nasty sites, like Violent Desires and anything that had even the slightest hint of containing. Of course, it's impossible to avoid that kind of thing down there. No, you were looking for it. And I saw a fair share. If I'm being honest, it never bothered me much. Neither did all of the very graphic gore.
Itchy.
I'm not ill-adjusted or anything, I'm just a complete pussy. But I've never liked kids much, and I'm long since been desensitized by gore. You are being edgy, you fucking... Oh. I made it a point to report what I could and move on, but it never stuck with me. Oh, whoa, oh. Manny 2021, thank you, Cameron. I know it's a voice.
Also, his reasons for not being bothered by whenever he came into child porn was, I didn't like kids much.
Seriously,
You
let's
fuckface.
Let's try not saying those words.
Sorry.
No problem. No, I'm just saying, like, from now on. I know it's a voice, but upset.
No, I know. I guess you did. Not that we're monetized, but like we would also get nuked.
We get monetized because we're talented.
I know it's a voice, but upset man, he legitimately sounds sad. I'm sorry, Mike. Funnily enough, it's actually really easy to avoid it. Oh. I'm glad you like the voice. Alright, who wants to take over? Hello?
Oh yeah, it's my turn.
Are you crotcheting again?
After the school year ended, I had 3 months to pass before going off to college. Yeah, right. You skipped most of your classes. Well, you're not going to college. You're not, at least not a good one. You're just going to community college.
What are your qualifications for college, Mr. Mo Lester? I skipped the 3rd grade. I was sick with cancer, AIDS, and
Thank you, Raptor.
My pee-pee was cut off.
And I basically became a shut-in. I spent almost all my time hopping from site to site, seeing what was down there. Most of it was just backdoors to existing sites, but it was still fun to fuck around with things and be a general asshole, aren't you? Just
Mike says, Kenzie, stop playing Spyro and read the lines.
I still talk to my friends, but they moved on to WoW, and Brian in particular spent less time on the deep web than I did. However, one evening he messaged me and told me he'd found a way to view sites based on location. I have no idea how he did this, and if he told me, I quickly forgot. I assume it was some kind of script, but maybe that's not right. Either way, he showed me how to use it, and I started poking around sites that were registered in my state. Most weren't anywhere close to me, so I was just opening tabs, browsing quickly, and moving on. Eventually, I came across a site that was registered to someone about 2 hours from me, and I opened the page. Whoever had created the site didn't know much about design. That's how I feel about whoever made the Save the Creepypasta wiki.
God
The
damn.
layout was wonky and incredibly ugly, and it took me a while to figure out how to navigate around. The links were the same color as the background, which was just a black screen with the words number 1 devotee repeating over and over, and highlighting had been disabled, so I had to tab to find any of the links. One took me to a chat that was very active, with people posting every couple of seconds. The usernames were all generic male names, like Brad or Tim, and they were all talking about someone they called Perfection.
Oh,
It was
talking
really
about me.
bizarre.
Talking about the freaking crumpet guy from Coach Charlie Dog.
I'm sorry, just what Mike said. Backdoors. Giggity.
I read the chat for a while, and literally all anyone talked about was how amazing Perfection was and how they admired everything he did. I wondered if I'd come across some kind of weird community that idolized a celebrity.
Perfection
It made me
is so
laugh a
quick,
little.
Guys. Did you know that he could pee
Don't hurt
straight
yourself,
into the
Raptor.
air and not get wet? That Perfection guy is so good. He's so cool. Like, wow.
Okay. So I kept poking around while keeping the chat open in a separate window. One link led to a bunch of sound clips that were about 30 seconds in length. After listening to a few, I realized they were all just random sounds. A car door shutting, a toilet flushing, the sound of a man clearing his throat, typing. One was a terrible quality, but I could make out a baby fussing. Holy shit, these people were really dedicated. I imagined one of the members creeping up to the house of whoever it was they were obsessed with and recording any sound they could and bringing it back to the community like a treasure. I tried to figure out who Perfection was, but it was strange. His real name was never mentioned anywhere I looked. Another link took me to some kind of digital archive that contained file downloads. Warily, I clicked on one and downloaded it. It opened up a document that was about 500 pages long and seemed to be some kind of novel about growing up with Perfection. I only scanned it, but the general gist seemed to be that Perfection and the narrator were obsessed with each other. It read like any awful fan fiction. Oh, pot and kettle.
Hello,
I closed
Iguana
it and
Boy.
downloaded another file.
Hey, Iguana Boy.
This one contained what looked like a hand-drawn blueprint for a house, with the rooms labeled things like our studio and second kitchen for quarantine food. The later struck me because I'm a celiac, and I know all about quarantining food. Whoever it was, they had some kind of allergy too. Other documents contained inventories of strange items like Q-tips, clean and dirty, fruit rinds, cups, bits of fabric, and used tissues. I was starting to get skeeved out. Whoever these people were, they took their obsession a little bit too seriously for my taste. There was even a forum dedicated to Perfection, which had thousands of threads and even more replies, all having to do with this person. It was overwhelming in a way.
Is Perfection like a Minecraft YouTuber? Is that why they're so obsessed with him?
I don't know. Why don't you? It's your turn to read, so let's find out.
Oh, okay. As I opened another link, which led me to a gallery of photos, I checked the chat and found, to my surprise, that it had stopped completely. No new messages had been posted at least 5 minutes. I felt a pang of paranoia. Did they know I was here? Would they be angry? I typed a quick hello, just... Hello, sorry, my brain farter. I typed a quick hello, just browsing, don't mind me, in the chat box, and went back to the gallery. A little ding singled up reply. I ignored it and waited for the first message to load. It was a very grainy shot of a woman with a baby. They were exiting the hospital. That woman in the wheelchair. The woman in a wheelchair. She looked down onto the baby's face as the nurse pushed her towards the curb. She was gonna murder her. The woman was familiar, but I could not place her, and the photos was of such a poor quality that it was impossible to make out any defining features.
Then how is it
The
familiar?
I don't know, but the next photo showed the same woman and child playing in the living room. The baby was on its back, reaching up towards a hanging toy. Every photo I opened was of the woman and the baby, but I noticed that as the series went on, the baby began to age, and the woman was featured less and less, and some of the photos were incredibly strange. Some was zoomed in on items the child was holding, almost to the point of being completely out of focus. Others were footprints or broken branches. One was of a used potty chair. Fuck. Almost like the one I had as a kid that had been taken outside onto the lawn. Whoever was taking the photo was holding a piece of the oh no, I'm not reading that. That's gross. This was when I started to get really really get unnerved. Clearly, the community that ran the site was obsessed to the point of madness about this person. Perfection. I suddenly did not want to be a part of it anymore. I closed the window and the chat pinged again. This time, I checked it.
God damn.
Are you proud of this world? Oh.
Alright, Manny. I'll be the narrator's side. But, your turn to read.
Are you proud of this world?
Oh, I meant, like, the normal narration, but okay.
Should be Steve. I want to be Steve. No, actually, never mind. I'll be Bob. You're Steve now.
Okay, the message was from a user named Steve. I frowned and typed back.
What?
You must be so proud. What do you think? I had no idea what to say. Oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea what to say. I hesitated. They typed another message. It's okay. Don't be shy. My house is your house. Look around.
Sorry if you can hear my dog barking.
Can't, unfortunately.
It's something. Alright, yeah, I have to cry. It's something. You guys are really obsessed with this guy.
There was a brief pause.
Who is he anyway?
Another user replied this time. Someone named Bob.
He is perfection. He is God. I live my life to serve him, so that one day he may grace me with his approval. This world is far, far too filthy for him. I must continue to create our utopia.
These people were fucking crazy. Clearly I'd stumbled on some kind of community of superfans, and I felt a little angry.
This must be a Minecraft YouTuber forum. There's no explanation.
How do you know he even wants this? This is a pretty huge invasion of privacy.
Someone else replied, Terry. We are
in
love. Those who keep us apart will be destroyed. I typed faster.
Doesn't even know who any of you fucking idiot you are, you fucking idiots. Get a grip. The whole self-insert thing is cringy enough, but this is also fucking over the top.
Steve replied again. What have I done to upset you?
Nothing. I just think it's fucking weird that a bunch of random people have been apparently spying on someone and stealing their photos and stuff.
There's only room for the two of us. The message caught me off guard, but before I could reply, every user I've been talking to replied simultaneously. Are you proud?
Are you proud of me?
Oh.
Never do that again.
Sorry.
I felt a weird wiggling in my gut.
See a doctor.
Something was wrong. Does
this house suit your needs? Perfection?
Oh,
Alright, I'll
fuck.
take over for a little bit.
I see where this is going.
I started to type back, but it was like someone stuck in the back of my head with a hammer. Struck the back of my head with a hammer. My heart was hammering as I reopened the gallery of photos. The hospital photo was grainy, but suddenly the woman came into focus and made me choke, and I made a choked sound of alarm. I scrolled to the bottom of the gallery and opened the newest photo, which had been posted only an hour before. It was of a closed door in the hallway, light seeping under the door and illuminating the walls just enough to see my framed Batman poster and oh, why do you have to be a Batman fan? And the distinctive paint smear above the doorknob where I'd brushed a wet paint roller by mistake a year before. I frantically pored over the item catalog and found the listing for the red sweatshirt I'd lost as a toddler. Found the stuffed toys I'd thrown out or donated over the years. The condoms I'd flushed down the toilet in ninth grade. You never had sex.
God.
The 28 pounds of feces taken from our septic tank and contained in a large plastic drum. Ew. I found my 8th grade report card and the Valentine I'd thrown in the gutter that same year out of crippling anxiety. The chat pinged again.
I love you more than you will ever know. You are my perfection.
I sat numbly as messages began spamming the chat, all from different users.
I love you.
I love you.
You are God.
I'll never leave you.
Perfection.
Perfection.
Love you.
My Lord and Savior.
Never leave you.
I ripped the power cord out of the wall and flew out of my chair. I closed every curtain in the house and locked every door. I opened every cupboard and closet and looked under every piece of furniture until I was sure I was alone, and then I curled up under a blanket in the farthest, darkest corner of my closet and went to sleep out of some kind of shock response. I don't think that's how that works. When I woke up, I took my computer apart and buried it in the woods behind my house.
That's a good computer.
I told my parents that I'd suffered a fatal short circuit and caught fire. They bought me a new laptop, but I could only bring myself to use it when the internet was disabled. I never found out who Devotee was. I developed agoraphobia, and I rarely leave my apartment. It's been almost 5 years, but I still take my trash to the dump and I have it incinerated. When I do go out in public, I wear large hats and sunglasses. I do everything I can to blend in and stay under the radar. My computer was unearthed and taken from its grave, but I'm not sure when. I hope I never find out. I still panic when things around the house go missing.
I try to blend in and stay under the radar. It doesn't work because I always wear huge hats and sunglasses and everyone notices me.
Yeah. Like a fucking idiot.
What the fuck was even that story?
Oh, it's nothing compared to what we've got next. And I call the voice of I call the voice. So, let's move on to Detsunemiku.exe.
And is it gonna hurt? I know it.
Oh, it's good.
Oh,
that fucking... Yukari Yakumos.
No.
Oh fuck! It goes to Wattpad. I'm not going there either.
Oh dear.
Oh boy, Manny, how you doing?
Well, I have a perfect voice for this narrator.
I think we broke him.
So I always... What?
Alright, but I called the voice of Detsune Miku.
That's fine. So I was always a big fan of Hatsune Miku.
Alright, would you like to start us off?
I already have.
Much like everyone else.
Kenzie, you are on a huge delay here.
Am I?
Yeah.
Hang on. Hello?
Hello?
Am I good?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, this is a Wattpad story. Oh no.
So I was
Is
always
it?
a big fan of Hatsune Miku, much like everyone
Oh,
else.
you're right.
You know, the blue-haired girl from Vocaloid?
From Vocaloid. I thought that's what they were called.
I don't know. Well, anyway, one day I was just browsing the internet, left the YouTube tab on to listen to some Hatsune Miku songs. I was just doing some college work on Photoshop and had to design a DVD cover. Fuck off, no you didn't. So I thought I would put Hatsune Miku on it.
Fuck you. You fucking weeb.
I think my brain is bleeding. So I went to Google Images and searched Hatsune Miku. Not like I did already have, 10 gigs in my spank bank of her. Hundreds of pictures came up, so it was to just choose one. Eventually, I saw a pretty cool one, so I clicked it, and it brought me straight to the website, and then I saved the picture. Why is it going? Why is it taking us through this whole process? We know how to save an image.
Do we, though? Do we really?
Yes. Yes.
I went to close the tab, but before I did, I saw a little advertisement. It said I may have already won $10 million. It was an advertisement for a virtual Hatsune Miku for your desktop, and which you could chat with.
For you, desktop.
In which you could chat with. I thought it sounded pretty cool because I was.
It's a Wattpad story. Let's just.
I thought it sounded pretty cool because I was a fat, pathetic virgin, so I clicked on it and then downloaded on it.
I really hope this was written by at least a female, so it's not. I mean, it's still pathetic, but at least it's.
I hope it was
not cripplingly so.
I hope a female with like at least some minor brain damage, just to justify and then downloaded on it. The estimated download time was 2 hours, so I finished off my college work. When I checked on the download,
You are not in college.
Oh, it's college. It's just for the differently abled. When I checked on the download, I had seen that it was completed, so I unzipped my pants and the folder, and there were 4 files. README, IMG0674, instructions, and Destiny Miku.exe. I ignored the README file because I can't read, but clicked on the image. Because I love books. How can you read a book if there's no pictures? It had been the image I just saved, but I didn't think much of it. Just thought it was a coincidence. I clicked the instructions, but it wouldn't open. Just like girls wouldn't open up to me. No matter how many times I would click on it. When I saw the last file, I didn't really think too much into it, because my brain is damaged. I figured it was just the developer's codename or something. So I opened it and installed. It took about 3 minutes. I opened up the new program, and Miku popped up on my screen and said,
Okay, so it's a Japanese schoolgirl AI. So I have to be like a so it has to be like a really cutesy AI voice. All right, get ready for this. Hello, what's your name?
I hope you have some lozenges handy.
Yep.
Passed away in that voice. At least a dialogue.
In her computerized voice, a text box that popped up so I could reply. So I typed in Paul, which is my name.
The guy.
It is a guy. Oh fuck.
She replied,
Hello, Paul. It's nice to meet you, Nichan.
Raptor, you please read the narrations. We'll do the dialogue.
Oh, I just thought this was pretty cool. Because when I wasn't talking to her, she would just walk around on my desktop and interact with the icons. So after doing a few hours of doing college and chatting with Miku, I decided I would go to bed because it's bedtime and mommy gets mad when I stay up late. So I typed "Good night, Miku," and then she's
Manny. We'll read the dialogue.
oh sorry. So I typed.
Good night, Miku.
And then she replied,
You can't leave me, Nichan! I need you!
fuck you.
Right.
What, Manny?
What is this?
It's Detsune Miku. Don't you pay attention?
This is a fat mongoloid sexual fantasy.
But I was exhausted, so I just clicked the X icon on the program and turned off my laptop. The next day, I took my laptop and got on the bus for college. At lunch break at college, I decided
Notice
to go
how
to
he
the
keeps having
library.
to reinforce that he is at college.
Mhm. I decided to go to the library to do some other work for college, so I turned on my
He gets mad every
laptop
time he says college.
and put on my headphones so I could listen to music and not disturb others. When my laptop started, I saw the icons on the desktop were scattered all over, so I put them back in their original place because I'm autistic. Oh, that was mean. That was mean. I'm sorry.
Raptor.
Nice.
Except I'm really sorry because the story is shit, and I'm angry. After I was done, Hatsumi Q popped up on my screen and said,
Wait, no. After I done that. After
"Oh,
I done that. Jesus Christ.
After I done that, Hatsumi Q popped up on the screen, and she said,
You.
so I typed in,
Sorry, I was really tired and horny.
Manny.
Yeah,
Did
Hello.
you read it?
yeah.
it didn't come through.
Sorry, I was just really tired and horny.
And she said,
You should be sorry, Paul!
I just replied,
Ha!
and she laughed. And then the program crashed, and I lost all my software. Oh no! I opened up Microsoft Word so I could write up a report that was doing what? I don't know. So I was typing away, but then I heard Miku laugh again, and she popped up once more.
We'll always be here, Nichan!
I typed to her saying I
Let
was
me
busy,
help!
and she replied. And then she started to type about me, saying I'm her Nichan, whatever that means. I don't know the freaking sushi language. And how she was upset that I left her. I tried to backspace everything, but she wouldn't let me.
I'll read her a little bit, Raptor. I tried to backspace everything, but it wouldn't let me. It actually started to annoy me, and then I typed to her to stop, and then she just laughed again. I had no choice but to shut down my laptop, so I moved my cursor to the start button, but when I got close, it looked as if my cursor was getting pulled back, so I just pressed the window button. When I did, I noticed my computer name was Desuneni. This confused me, and I just stared at it a little longer to make sure I wasn't actually seeing things. Then Miku laughed once more, but louder this time. You can't leave this time! And then my shutdown button disappeared. When this happened, I was just so annoyed because I was thinking to myself,
sorry, just the you can't leave that reminded me of a woman I once knew. Said something very similar to me. Oh, darn. I think I downloaded a virus.
I downloaded a computer virus with special ed anymore, oh no.
I went to add/remove programs to delete it, hoping it would do something. As I got closer to the file to delete, Miku would cry and beg me not to do it. Then she said if I did, I would regret it. But I deleted it anyway.
And she died. And
finally, it was off my computer.
She was dead.
A few days passed and I was on YouTube and decided to listen to some Miku.
Oh my god.
I clicked on a new video recently uploaded, and the picture was of all the other Vocaloids dead. I just assumed it was some gruesome fan art. But after a while, I noticed this picture was appearing on almost every Miku video, either as a thumbnail or the only picture in the video. Suddenly I heard a voice. It was quiet. It said, "Soon!" It sounded like Miku, but I just thought it was part of the video I had on. I checked the time on my computer and it read 50.0N, and it was weird because I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen.
You think?
It looked as if it spelled soon, and then the 5 changed to a 4, then a minute later 3, another minute 2, another minute 1. After 1 minute, the clock changed to that, and then Miku popped up on my screen. You left me! She said again.
Wait, but Mike says, Manny will say what year is this, but Kenzie's Miku voice is how I imagine the overly attached girlfriend meme would sound if it spoke. God.
I'm glad my Miku voice brings back old memes for you, Mike. Where was I? I was going mad because I had deleted it and it was messing with my computer and said,
What the heck? I deleted this.
Out loud, and she responded, You can never delete me, Ni-chan! And then her eyes turned fully black. Oh boy. It was just silent for a while, and then on my screen popped up Delete System 32, and I clicked no, and then Are you sure? So I clicked yes, but it kept coming back, and Miku said, You can't escape it! Things are going to change, Paul!
Deathsune
for a little bit.
Deathsune Miku plushie was on bed behind me, and Waspook became skeleton and wrote this. Thank you, the father.
Can I take over again? I want to do the voice again.
What?
Can I take over again?
Sure.
I want to do the fucking voice again. I texted my friend Jamie. You don't have any friends. What are you talking about? I texted my friend Jamie, who was good with computers, to help me out. But when he came over, there was nothing wrong with my laptop. He said I should just get out more and laughed. I'm a pathetic piece of shit. Why is my life so like this? He went home and and so maybe Miki was finally gone forever. Oh no, and Izo, maybe Miki was finally gone forever. As in Izo. I think you misspelled a word there, son.
Yes.
What?
He said Izo, maybe Miki was finally gone forever.
Up a little bit because I still might be going out later.
Oh, sorry.
And I'm cutting it close.
Everything seemed back to be back to normal. The clock, my name on the computer, the Are You Sure box wasn't popping out anymore. The picture all over the YouTube videos was gone. I was happy. Later that night, I felt like watching a movie, so I watched Bruce the Almighty, starring.
I like that movie. Also, what year is this?
Who's in Bruce Almighty? Jim Carrey. Yes, I forgot about him. It got to the part where I got the power blade and was very funny and lol. But it was Miku singing it. I just sat up with a shocked look on my face, like when I saw that movie, A Talking Cat. And then the movie froze, and I heard Miku's voice again.
Told you! You won't lose me!
The laptop started to overheat, and she said again,
I am forever going to be here! The time is now!
Oh no, the phone rang, and it gave me a little jump, but I answered it. It was Jamie. He asked if I was on his computer, and I said no, why? And then he told me that it was...
Manny does voices the guy.
Sorry. And I said...
Gee golly willikers, no, why?
And then he told me that it was filled with Hatsune Miku pictures on his desktop!
Oh,
I told him again that I wasn't, and there was no way I could have been! Miku laughed again, and the phone signal died!
Manny, you want to take over for a little bit?
I want to keep going. I like this voice.
Alright.
It's fun.
I am infectious!
He said and then screamed. It was a Black Hoodlum scream. It made me sick to my stomach. I don't know what to do. Oh no. Then something very odd happened.
Turn home so I can do this voice.
Happened. Vincent's theme song from Final Fantasy. I can't read Roman numerals. Start to play. Oh.
What is going on?
Let's.
This is from your favorite game, isn't it, Paul?
Oh my god.
No, I like Final Fantasy VIII. Why don't you understand me, Miku?
Nobody likes Final Fantasy VIII.
I do. I had the fire on my computer, but was still shocked she played it. I sat there in silence.
Me!
She shouted.
Answer me, you coward!
I went to type yes. I went to type yes on my laptop. But she said...
No! Say it out loud!
But, so I said yes out loud.
Oh my god.
Have fun.
You are a slave to me!
She said... My phone rang again. But it changed to Melt, which was a Hatsune Miku song.
We're not
and
gonna
also a Peter
pretend like
Gabriel
it already
album.
wasn't. Shut up.
Yeah.
I missed the call as it didn't ring very long. I saw a missed call from Miku, and it freaked me out. I checked my contact list so I could call Jamie, but all of the names were either Miku or Hatsune. I took out the battery of my phone and threw the phone on the floor, and Hatsune made that Black Hoodlum scream again, and then disappeared. She died. For real this time. Hatsune Miku didn't show on my computer again after that. I wasn't sure how she infected my phone or how the phone became a heart or some shit. But I had remembered I connected my phone via USB. Oh, never mind. To put a couple of computers on it, a couple of songs on it. It must have been around then. No, look, I misread. Okay.
Okay.
This is not a joking time. It's a serious
Oh,
time
okay.
about this man being
We're reading a
obsessed by
creepypasta
Hatsune
about
Miku.
a fucking anime character. Not even.
It must have been around then. I haven't turned the phone on since. Because once I took the battery out, Hatsune never appeared again. I deleted all my Hatsune Miku pictures, songs, and other Miku related things off my computer, and swore to myself that I would never ever listen to Hatsune Miku again. The end.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to
Question
say,
mark.
in case you ever listen to this stream, Yukari Yakumos, I will never forgive you. Never. May God have mercy
No,
on your soul.
Not gonna lie, that wasn't very good. In fact, I would say that was bad.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Well, I picked a great one to end on.
I want to die.
Aww.
You are a slave to me. Kenzie addresses the cult 2021.
Yes, my cult.
Oh, should we read the comment above that one in the voices we made?
Sure. Oh, you want me to?
Well, we read the parts. Cause it's Miku
Wait,
and it's Miku and what's his Paul that Mike's referencing.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one comment that was left on this creepypasta.
No. Mike's comment above his "you're a slave to me" comment.
No, I'm not reading that.
Okay. I'm no longer willing to save the creepypastas. Let them burn. Look at the sky. It's Hatsune Miku. I want to go monkey pump with some turpentine and honey.
What?
The lighthouse.
Is he making a reference?
Monkey pump.
Okay.
Raptor, she doesn't know monkey pump.
You don't know that scene?
What's it from?
The lighthouse?
No.
Okay, you gotta show this on stream. I don't care about copyright right now. This is more important than copyright.
No, Raptor.
Yes.
No. Well, you can link it in Beanhaven.
We can watch it now. We don't have to show it on screen, but
No.
she has to watch it.
I'll watch it in a second.
Okay.
Alright. So, that was some brain-melting bullshit from the Save the Creepypastas wiki.
Oh boy.
Sorry.
That was
again,
something else, I say.
Monkey pump is for Chad males only. Sorry, Kenzie. Damn, Mike. Sorry again for starting late. And for the audio difficulties we had. So, hopefully next Wednesday I will get off my ass and find something for hot and cold beans. And be with us
I'm gonna look
tomorrow.
at some stuff and see if I can find anything.
Oh, cool. Thanks. And join us tomorrow on time, I promise, for the continuation of Empress Teresa, which we're reaching the finishing line.
So close.
Yeah. So, Kenzie, thank you for finding these stories, I guess. Thank you is the word I want to use.
You're welcome.
And both of you, thanks for joining me as always.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Same bean time, same bean channel.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye, everyone.
We out.